What is going on, everybody? JCSB here, and today we have episode 47 of our Minecraft Let's Play. Alright, guys, well, as a lot of you pointed out yesterday, yesterday, because this video will be aired tomorrow. Yesterday's video, the video telling you guys the winner of the competition, that was my 64th video, and a lot of you pointed out that that gives me a stack of videos when you talk Minecraft terms. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for mentioning that. I was thinking it too, but I didn't know if you guys were thinking the same thing. So that's pretty cool. A stack of videos under my belt. And, here's to a second stack. Okay, well, to start things off real quick, I'm going to make a new diamond shovel. So let's just get a couple sticks here, one piece of diamond. You know how to make a shovel, I'm sure. And there we go, diamond shovel. Nice. Also, I was kind of debating doing this, but I've decided it would be a good idea. We're going to take 3 diamond here, 2 more sticks, and oh boy, don't know if I'm going to regret this or not, but a diamond axe. A lot of you were saying because I have so many diamonds and I started a new tree farm, why not? Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm gonna hopefully soon, and you might be thinking, what? Why would you want to do this? But I'm planning on running out of diamonds eventually. That way I'll have a reason to go mining again. That might seem crazy, but it wouldn't be such a bad thing if I had to actually do something to get materials again. Okay, so real quick, we're going to take a little nap here. Alrighty. And what we're going to do is place some glowstone up in the roof here like I had said we were going to do. So I'm going to follow the same layout scheme as I have been for pretty much all the levels here so far. I'm going to put a piece of glowstone at all the corners and then in the middle blocks here. I just think it's the most evenly spaced setup, and it still provides adequate lighting, so why fix what's not broken, I guess you would say. So that goes there. Why do I hear running water? That always freaks me out because I would hate to have to hear the noise of running water the entire time I was playing. That would really be unfortunate and quite annoying, to be honest. Okay, so we're just about to finish this up here. Not too big of a project, really. The last piece here. Okay, so that'll keep the place a little bit brighter when I'm underwater here like this. And from the surface up here, we get to see it a little bit better as well. So that's a pretty cool addition in my opinion, and very nice. Okay, so I'm just going to collect this glowstone real quick. Now off camera, I've been doing a couple things. For one, in this world, I finished up the tree farm, or at least I've done as much work on it as I'm going to do for now. All I did was, well, I guess I'll show you. I just made a couple of changes. But besides that, you guys, what I've been doing a lot, now this might surprise some of you, but I actually haven't been playing on DocM Seed too much lately because I spent a whole bunch of days working on it, and I did a whole bunch of work, and I felt it was kind of time to take a little bit of a break. So I've been playing on the Mine Fiend's Seed. He calls the map Creeper Island. His whole Let's Play is played on that map, and guys, this map is a lot of fun. Just the way everything works out, there's really practically no caves around the spawn point, so during the night, tons and tons and tons of mobs spawn. So when you wake up in the morning, you just have, I've had 6 creepers following me around at one time. So it's a lot of fun. I've been working on there a lot. I was thinking of maybe posting update videos every once in a while so the Mine Fiend could see my progress, and you guys as well, because I'm building some pretty cool buildings in my opinions. But anyways, there's the final changes to the tree farm. Now, a lot of you said that this was an original and a new idea, which I was kind of excited about. I've never really made a design of my own. I've always just used the popular designs that are going around the YouTube community. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm thinking about making it double-sided, whereas I have platforms going that way as well on the other side, kind of to make it symmetrical. But for the moment, I think it's fine. As you can see, I placed an extra row of cobblestone around each platform and placed fencing along it just so when I'm up there, there's no accidents. Hold up a sec. My sound is at 25. For some reason, it's just seeming very loud to me. Okay, so I went through a ton of bone meal. Also, I collected a couple more logs. But this is kind of weird. So I was growing these trees with bone meal. This tree grew fine. And I'm getting some frame rate issues for no apparent reason. Where am I? Am I still on the first floor? Yeah. Okay, so I got a lag there a bit. Alright, so second floor. This tree grew fine. And the third floor, though, I guess there is a tree there. What's going on? Okay, well, forget what I was going to say, guys. The third tree, the third row, I was spamming the thing with bone meal and it wouldn't grow, but apparently it decided to grow on its own or something. I don't know. Now, for those of you who like this design and are thinking about possibly using it, I just want to make one suggestion. I went up 8 blocks from each platform. I would suggest going at least 9 or 10 at the most, because birch trees can grow up to 2 blocks taller than that, maybe even 3. And so you're not getting the full amount of logs out of it, nor are you giving it you're giving it enough room to grow, but it works a lot better if you give it maximum room. So if any of you like this design enough to build it in your own world, that's the only change I would make. I would just spread it out a bit more. But other than that, I mean, it's going to supply me with enough wood, or at least it should. I'm not going to harvest it right now because, it's kind of boring to watch, but you know how it goes. And here are some more bones and arrows that I just picked up. Let me throw those in here real quick. Nice. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is some of the plans for this world, and also regarding episode 50 and the world download. So, a lot of you were very excited that I wanted to release my world for download on episode 50. But somebody, one of my viewers, brought something to my attention that I think is a pretty good idea. They told me that the world download is pretty much the greatest thing I can give you guys when it comes to my world. Once I give you the world download, there's nothing left that's special that I can give you. So this is what he suggested. He said, how about instead you do this? For episode 50, you release the seed for your world. Now, if you remember correctly, I didn't use a seed when I spawned this world in, but, oh my goodness. You guys see all these mushrooms? Yeah, I decided we'd go exploring, so I'm not just standing here talking like this, and look what's been waiting here all this time that I didn't even know about. Alright, so as I said, I didn't use a seed when I started this world. I just clicked create new world, did a pretty random seed. It was basically nothing, actually. I just clicked create new world. But there is a program out there where you can find the seed for your world, so I can do that. So here's what I want to ask you guys. Do you still want the world download for episode 50, and then after that I would just update it every once in a while? Or we could do this. I could give you the seed at episode 50, and then when beta 1.8 comes out and I start a new world, that's when I would release the world map. So personally, I'm kind of down with the giving the seed at 50 and then 1.8 giving the world, but if the majority of you still want the world at 50, I'm completely fine with that. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments. Let me know what you guys want, and then I will give you what you want. Okay, so we just came across this giant spawn of spreading brown mushrooms, and it's kind of funny that this happened because after talking about the world seed, I was just about to say after that it's time to start a new mushroom farm, but I don't know how necessary is it, you guys. I keep finding all of these huge patches of mushrooms that just come out of nowhere. So, you know. But anyways, this is the mushroom farm design I had in mind. Now, this was originally created by Ep.47. He called it something like the pentapipe or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, I was watching Static's latest Let's Play episode. I'm sure those of you who are fans of Etho and Doc M and everyone like that, Static's kind of part of that group, as I would call it, I guess. And he made kind of a similar design to Doc M's pentapipe mushroom design. And basically what it is, I'm sure most of you have seen it. All it is that you have mushrooms up on a raised row of blocks, and then they spread down one block below, and then you have water that pours to the area that it spread, and it pulls the mushrooms to one location, and then you turn the water off, and the mushrooms can spread again. Now, I have tons of mushrooms as it is right now. I'm not gonna lie, I have more than I can use, but this is why I want to make it. As you can see here, I am out of pork chops. I've got a stack of wheat, but bread doesn't really do you much good. Luckily, I've got a ton of mushrooms. I just found 52, but I'm going to start relying heavily on only using mushroom stew. Speaking of which, I'm going to make some now because I don't have any food on me at all. Where did I store leather? Oh, there we go. And wool is going in the wool chest here. Nice. Okay, so excuse me. For those of you who have never made mushroom stew, it's just like this. I'm pretty sure you can switch the mushrooms either way. Yeah, but just a bowl and 2 mushrooms on top. I'm sure most of you have seen that. Now, I'm not gonna go light with this stuff. I'm gonna carry 4 on me regularly for 2 reasons. One, I have the supplies to be doing that, and 2, if I use up the materials quicker, that gives me yet again a reason to actually build a mushroom farm. And I don't want to have a full chest full of mushrooms and then never use them. So, you know, we need to start using the supplies that we've worked hard to gather. Or at least that's my opinion. Okay, so now that I have some glowstone, I also wanted to make a small change here in the furnace room. Now, we haven't been down here in quite some time, but as you remember, a lot of you liked this setup here where it was completely dark, but then I got a pretty cool suggestion. If I just put 1 glowstone down there, how about that, guys? It's a little bit brighter than pitch black. I'm not sure, it'll probably look really dark on YouTube, but from my perspective, it is a lot brighter than the pitch black setup, but to me this looks plenty bright enough to keep mobs from spawning. So now we've got that cool, dim, furnace room type look, yet it's still bright enough to keep mobs from spawning. So we just put a piece of glowstone down here. Now as I'm saying this, I can almost guarantee it that there will be mobs spawning, just because I claimed that they wouldn't. Tends to be how it happens. There's some law for that or something. It's like Murphy's Law or something where everything's going to happen the opposite of how you want it or however you expect it. Yeah, that seems to come true a lot. Not going to lie. Okay, so another thing I wanted to do, just to try to consolidate my materials here and save some space, I'm going to be changing all my iron and gold bars into gold blocks. Just because it, like I said, it saves space. Just for the simple fact of that. So, for those of you who have never made an iron or gold block, very simple to do. You just fill up the entire crafting bench with iron. And see, now we have 21 blocks of iron and 2 iron ingots. Now, don't worry, this can be changed back into regular ingots like this when we need to use the iron. So don't think they're gone or anything. But, you know, I don't know. Pretty cool way of saving some space. But I think for the gold, I'm actually not going to do it. Because if you look, when I had the gold in a stack, it was 1 square in your inventory. And then when I made it into blocks, it became 2. So I'm not going to do that. Alright, guys, well, I think that's going to conclude episode 47. It's a pretty short episode, I know, but it's kind of like an update episode, even though I did a little bit of exploring. So, what I want you to tell me in the comments, what do you want me to do regarding the world seed and the world map download? What else? What else did I want you to say? I don't know. But, yeah, that's the most important thing to me. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you have, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and feel free to leave me comments, giving me feedback or suggestions. And besides that, just have an awesome day, guys, and thanks for watching. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye.